Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and we're back for race 2 with the Dirty Diesels. The same ones that were in the first race in the Gotthard map. The trains have just moved along a line each, starting from the left of the Chinese train that basically dominated both races. It's got a top speed of 106, which basically means it totally annihilates everything else. But it may not do so well this time. We have the train from France, the SNCF CC701 something or other, and the V320 from Germany. We have the Class 47 in Rail Network National Rail livery there, so not just the standard blue it's in the last time. We have the GE P43 P42 there. So he's ready to rock and roll, and we have the TEP 150 from Russia. So all of them are pretty evenly matched. The British train is slightly slower, the Chinese train is slightly faster. We need to pause the game and set them on their merry way. Cedar City Annex is good. That's where they should all be heading. That is the station at the far side here. I've set you to go, and you to go. You are also ready to go, and the Chinese number is ready to go. So here we go at the beginning of the diesel races for today. The haulage race will be up next after this one, but without further ado, on your marks, get set and go. Listen for the horns. And they are off. Chinese train already out in front. Let's jump on with the British train. Ooh, the Russian train getting left there. The British train does have the acceleration, it just doesn't have the top speed. They're almost at their top speeds already, or certainly the British train is. Chinese train got 106. It will do well till it hits the first corner. This is a technical sort of course, so they will have to slow down and speed up quite a lot. You're at 95, that's your top speed, unfortunately. Let's watch the rest of the trains past the British train as they go through the tunnel here. They should be doing 100, he should be doing 100, he should be at 106. They will have to slow down as they enter this valley, as it winds its way down. German train there, not slowing down yet. Landslide for the American train to contend with, and the Russian train. They are slowing down now. Here we go, slowing down for the first corner. Everybody's slowing down. Still grouped quite well. The Chinese train is not firing ahead just yet. It will get a bit of speed on down here though. Nice. As you hear them whack on the power there. So once you get up to 95, you're pretty much screwed. You guys need these guys to slow down quite quickly. Quite a fast section of track here though, so they should all be okay. Looks like the British train will be left in the dust. We'll keep him there at the far end. We will open up the Chinese train. There. You are doing 106. So currently breaking away from everyone else in the background there. American train in second. I think it finished second the last two races as well. Do you have to slow down anywhere perhaps for this corner? No, still maintaining 106. As they enter the tunnel, the British train is being left behind, unfortunately. And they should be popping out here anytime soon. There he goes. 106 flying past. The British train is not that far behind. As they, I think this is Willow something or other. No, this is South Rim, and then Willow Springs is the next city that they pass. This is a fast section though, so the Chinese train will be able to get ahead Whether it gets ahead enough to actually win the race, only time will tell. It is quite quiet once it's at speed. Let's spin it around. How far are you away from everyone else? Your lead is greatly increasing. Let's have a look at the American train in second. We'll pop you up in second place there. The Russian train is just behind you. 5 miles an hour making all the difference for the British train there. It is a shame. It may do better in the haulage race. We shall have to wait and see. Because the steam train, the Class 9, didn't actually finish last in the last race. It did quite well. Well, it finished second last. The Chinese train away though. It's maybe just too fast for these. I was struggling to find diesel trains that did exactly 100 miles per hour. Did you have to slow down at all? When will you have to slow down next? Probably at this corner here. We'll go and sit on the tracks and wait for them. Not there. He is. There he is. Cruising past there at 106. Where is the next train? The American train is there. There's the British train. You will have to slow down for this. You're slowing down now. Okay. That gives them some sort of chance to catch up. It's all about acceleration though, and this Chinese train seems to have everything. Acceleration, speed, pull and power. It's a great sort of all-round type of train. The American slowing down there, the Russian in third, German in fourth, and French train in fifth. Our little British train is cruising round. Its acceleration is not too bad, so it might gain some distance. There's the Chinese train coming out as the rest of them enter the tunnel there. Nyong. As he heads up, who is this here? It's our American train. French train sort of falling behind slightly. The British train is in the tunnel. So we'll bring our Russian train up in third, our German train in fourth, and our French train in fifth. Pretty much all of them doing 100 miles per hour though. So our British train is in trouble already. But as I say, it might do better in the haulage race. It might not. You're going under another tunnel. Past Phoenix there. Through the tunnel. Regain the race. It looks like this German train is catching this Russian train. How, I don't know. Oh. Picked the wrong time to change view there. No, they look pretty good, they're pretty solid there. There's the French train in the background. The British train not completely out of sight yet. Although I do believe the Russian train is, or the Chinese train is. Nope, still there. Do they have to slow down? He slowed down to 104, which still means he's faster than everyone else, so nothing to get excited about there. The American is actually doing really well. Jump on board with the French train. Whistling along there at 100 miles per hour. He can't see the Chinese train, which is round this corner. Uh-oh, everything's gone a bit crazy. Bring you up there. You over there. And you over there. Right, let's see where the Chinese train actually is. Yes, it is wildly in front now. Where do you have to slow down next? Probably coming round here, and then for going up the mountain. Okay. Right, let's have a look at our British train. Toddling along there at 95 miles per hour. Looks good though. I must say it's a beautiful model. Uh-oh. Right, let's jump on board with the Russian. None of you guys had to slow down for this corner. Okay. Let's see where our Chinese train is. It is chewing the miles going up this hill. Nothing seems to phase it. Nothing seems to phase it at all. There is second, third, fourth, and fifth. There is sixth. Maybe our British train will do better on the downside. I would go as far as to say that this train is already won. It is slowing down to 70. It will have another opportunity to slow down over here as well. It then needs to go through the tunnel, which gives some of the other trains a chance to catch it if some of them can maintain a higher speed through that corner. The American train is slowing. He's still going at 70 miles per hour. He's not increased speed yet. Now he's increasing speed. Our British train is coming up to the turn. Let's see how it gets on going through there, down to 74, which is pretty slow. Can you actually see anybody in front of you? No, you can see one of the trains over there, a few of them. The Russian train looks to be gaining on the American train. There's the British train there. Not down and out just yet, although there is a long straight here. They will have to slow down later though. These trains in the middle of the pack, the Russian needs to get the acceleration on there to get past the American train. You are gaining on the French train, although he will be accelerating up to 100 miles per hour, which you can't do. You see there the Chinese train back up to 106. If he can get the power on quite decent, gain some ground on this French train, that would be good. There it is. You are down, your speed is down. And this is a hell of a slow corner here though. Wow, fit is going on here. You had to slow down for something there. Quite a lot. You've lost a few places. Not sure why the Russian train had that little stop there. You are accelerating up to 50, the rest have to slow down. This may give the British train a chance. There at the other side of the tunnel as he's entering it. Let's jump on board with the Russian that is now in 5th place. Or maybe not. Right, all these screens are getting to go a bit crazy as I change into this view. You should have the acceleration past the French train. 59, 60. It looks like the French train is just easing. He is in the inside corner, he does have a shorter distance to cover. Although trains on the outside can carry the corner at more speed. So it's sort of a bit of give and take. They both should be equal really, as they're slowing down again. Nice. Down to 53. Where is the American train? It should be rearing its head any second. There it is. Still in second, still doing well. Right, I can't tell which train is which now. Let's just see how far you are in front of everyone else. Pretty far. I do believe this is the British train. You're quite far behind now. Although you do seem to be able to accelerate better than everyone else. French train is still there. You're still second. How are you getting on there? He's up to 90. You can get up to 95 though. Come on, buddy. Get some speed up. Keep cruising around there. They are on the downside though. The downside will be slow. Looks like the Chinese train, obviously, is going to reach it first. It has to slow down for this corner. So you pass this corner. Cruising past. Second place is just there. So it's not completely... It's still miles out in front. Unless by some weird twist of fate something happens to it. The American train are pulling away from the rest though. Let's see if this Russian train can gain any more ground. This also is a very nice model. Slowing down. See if you can see the British train there in the background. There it is, creeping over the hill there. It's at 95, that's good. Right, the Chinese train is on the downhill section, which is a very slow winding section. So if the other trains can catch a bit more ground here, that would be nice. Looks like the Russian train is going for 4th place. They're at 99, they will have to slow down though. Now they are slowing down now. The acceleration of the British train might let it catch up. I would say this British train will actually do well in the haulage race. I'm going to go out there and put it on the line there and say that. Although it could finish stone dead last again. It's a shame for the British train. As soon as these guys, ooh, the Chinese train is in view. Round that next corner. You lost out there. Getting up on the power and then slowing back down. Let's have a look at the British train. See, they're just in front. They're not that far ahead. Get on the power there. We'll have to slow down just shortly. Yep. Be advised though, this is actually the oldest train out of all these diesel runners, so it's doing quite well considering. You are not down into the valley yet. Is there anyone catching you? There's the American train there, you can just see it underneath here. There it is. Uh-oh. Lost a train. Okay, bye train 4. Ooh, the French train. It's past the German train. He's up into 3rd now. Slowing down though. Where's my British friend? Come on, buddy, get up there. Check the French train again. You may now well be in 3rd. There's the British train sneaking in the back there. They have to wind down all the way down here. There's the Chinese train is on a straight, so he should get up to 106. Looks like these two trains are actually catching the American train. Let's just spin it around. There's the British train. Creeping in the back there. Chinese train should be away, yes, it's up to 106 again. These guys will get up to 100 and leave the British train, which is a shame. Right, they're up to 100. have secured a third, or you're in third, you've not secured it yet. Right, where is first? That's them now past the halfway point. You're going to have to slow down to come around here, possibly. Let's check on the British train. You can just see the others taking off in the distance. But the French train in third. I can't remember which place this train finished on in the first video, or in the first race in the Gotthard map. I thought the German finished third, or maybe even the Russian. I'll have to go back and check. You slowed down to 77, and these guys turn to slow down as they head round this corner. Maybe even be a chance for the German to gain its third place back. Maybe even a chance for the Russian train to get up with these guys. The American train seems to be unfazed. It's held second throughout. Probably the best out of these 100-mile-an-hour trains. You are back up to 102 miles per hour. Where specifically are you in the map? You're heading into Chino Valley, and then you'll be heading around here. So if you could get around here and down, you may actually see the British train. I doubt it though. Nope. You'll soon be heading past Hurricane, and the British train is not doing too bad, if I'm perfectly honest. I think in the steam trains, as the A4 was coming around here, some of the other trains were still about here. So you're heading up around Chino Valley. You are going at top speed. Very well. Let's check in with third. Are you still in third? No, you lost a place. Okay, German in third. France battling for fourth with the Russian train, the TEP 150. You're up to 95. Can we still see it? Nope, you're gone. You're round that corner somewhere. You've lost a place to the Russian train. It is ahead. Where are you? Can you see anybody? No, I think they're well around this corner. They don't have to slow down for anything. They're up and gone through the tunnel. Let's go and look at first, who is currently underground. Still doing 106. It sounded like it was slowing down there. It was just at reaching its top speed. Second place, I'm way back there. He's coming into Hurricane though. He will have to slow down. Let's see what is going on here. German train needs to keep his speed up. American train still in second. Last, you are just coming past Hurricane. I recognise that section of dodgy tunneling. This section here. So you're heading back. You're going to be going up past Vegas, back up the mountain towards Cedar City. Now there may be something happening in these tunnels. You slowed down to 60. You're still doing 85. So there must be a dud section of track in there, maybe. The British train is now in that section of tunnel. It's also slowing down. It may be it's just the turn, that's all it is. Because he's slowing down as well. Okay. So you are now heading up the hill towards Vegas, which is round here. You are still in second. You are going terribly slow. The French train is now in third. So you've climbed 2 places. The Russian in 5th. The German in 4th. Can you see anybody? You can. You can see the Russian train. So not too far away, the British train. We'll have to slow down here and speed up. Get on the power. He's at 80. You're now at 60, 63, 65, 70. Right, you just got up to 81, then you have to slow down slightly. Where is the train in first? He must be going up past Vegas. Yes, Vegas is just up here. Let's look at 4th place. Before it goes into the tunnel, the Russian is there. British train sort of falling behind again, unfortunately. The French train still in 3rd. German is just there though. There's the British train way in the back. Russian train coming out of the tunnel. 2nd place still going strong. 1st place way out there. He is only doing 70 miles per hour. That's now him clear past Vegas. So he has to go back up the valley and then cut round to Cedar City. So he's pretty much got it in the bag. Unless something bad happens. Unless we go up and delete a section of track which slows him down. Nah, I won't do that. We'll make it. He's run a fair race, so we'll leave him be. Where is 2nd? Is that French train gaining on you? You are currently in last. They are at the other side of the tunnel. You are not. So these three have sort of spaced out. The Russians sort of fallen behind. Let's hope the British train has the power to do better in the haulage race. And the rest of them, these 4 seem pretty evenly matched, although the American does seem to be the better out of the 4. You are now heading up towards Cedar City. You're gonna go into the tunnel. There we are, the finish line is just there. He's basically on the last corner. Let's check our last position train. Can you see anybody? You can't see the Russian. That 5 miles per hour though, just letting him ease away in front. Let's go check on the American. This guy will soon be at the finish line. The rest of the train's heading up through the valley there. British train down here somewhere. Alright, that's you on the home straight. As soon as you pass the bridge, you will be a winner. Boom! 1st place for the Chinese train. The other train's just entering the tunnel there. So 1st place for the Chinese train again. Seems pretty undefeatable. It maybe is a bit unfair to have it in this class. Although, as I said before, I was struggling to find trains that do exactly 100 miles per hour. And he's already run 2 or 3 races. So there's no point changing him out now. British train, still not in the tunnel yet. Just entering the tunnel now. Let's jump on board with the American, who has resurfaced the other 3, 3rd, 4th and 5th in the background there. A 2nd place for the American, well earned. It was basically 2nd from the start. It never faltered once. It did look as though some of the trains were catching it now and again, but it stayed well up there. France getting a 3rd, Germany getting a 4th. Pretty decent runs from them as well. So France in 3rd, Germany in 4th, our Russian train in 5th, and our British train just crossing the line there. There he goes. Last but not least. You tried your best. It didn't get totally decimated. I suppose it did by first place, but it was always in sight. Other trains in front, so good on it. But there we have it. The first race in the Grand Canyon for the diesels. The Chinese train winning again. It seems pretty indestructible at the moment. The GE from America in second. The French train in third. Germany fourth. Russia fifth. And Great Britain last because of its low top speed. But there you have it. The first race is done. The next race will be the haulage race in reverse at lovely sunset. We will head over to the train table though and see how they got on the first race. So without further ado, here it is. So here are the standings after the first race. The Chinese train in first again. It seems pretty undefeatable. The USA still doing good though. It's finished second and it did quite well in the first two races. Also, the French train in third, Germany in fourth, Russia in fifth, and the terribly slow British train in last. It's probably going to finish last throughout unless it can pull something off in the haulage race. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, that's been it for race 1 in the Dirty Diesels. As always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like or comment, please feel free to do so. And if you'd like to see more, if it's happening in the future and or the next race, then hit a subscribe button. And as always, this has been Transport Fever at the races on the Grand Canyon map. I've been Danny Boy and I will catch you later.